This innocent bowl of rice may raise your blood sugar faster than you expect. But the rice itself is not the whole story. Rice, bread, and potatoes are often blamed as if they were metabolic villains. Today, you will see how the same carbohydrate can create two very different journeys. One meal creates a steep spike. The other produces a slower, more controlled rise. There is no magic trick, and these methods do not make carbohydrates disappear. The real question is how much glucose arrives, how quickly, and what your body does next. Let us follow your food from the first bite to your bloodstream. Imagine eating a large portion of refined carbohydrate by itself. Digestion begins in your mouth, where enzymes start cutting starch into smaller molecules. The meal reaches your stomach, where mixing prepares it for the small intestine. In the small intestine, enzymes convert much of that digestible starch into glucose. Glucose then crosses the intestinal wall and enters your bloodstream. When absorption happens quickly, blood glucose can rise sharply after the meal. Your pancreas responds by releasing insulin, a hormone that helps manage circulating glucose. Insulin signals muscle, liver, and other cells to take in or store energy. With insulin resistance, that signal may not work as efficiently as it should. As a result, glucose may remain elevated for longer after eating. Your response depends on more than the name of a single food. Portion size, processing, fiber, meal composition, medication, sleep, and activity can all matter. The first principle is simple: a larger carbohydrate portion usually delivers more total glucose. Glycemic index describes speed, but carbohydrate quantity strongly influences the total glucose load. A practical starting point is the diabetes plate method. Fill approximately half the plate with non-starchy vegetables. Use roughly 1/4 for an appropriate source of protein. Keep the carbohydrate food near 1/4 of the plate as a visual guide. Your ideal amount may differ with your body, activity, medication, and glucose targets. A bowl, cup, slice, or potato can vary enormously in actual carbohydrate content. For packaged foods, check total carbohydrate rather than looking only at the sugar line. The goal is not zero carbohydrate. It is an amount your body can manage. Next, compare highly refined carbohydrates with less processed, higher fiber alternatives. Processing changes the physical structure of food and often makes starch easier to digest. Fiber can slow digestion and support a steadier glucose response. Choose bread with whole grains and meaningful fiber whenever it fits your plan. Do not assume every brown loaf is truly whole grain. Check the ingredient list and compare fiber and total carbohydrate per serving. Rice varieties also differ in structure, fiber, cooking behavior, and glucose response. You can reduce the rice portion and replace part of it with legumes or intact grains. Potatoes provide nutrients, but cooking method, variety, portion, and texture influence digestion. No single label can tell you exactly how your own glucose will respond. Carbohydrate eaten alone often travels through digestion with fewer obstacles. Adding non-starchy vegetables increases volume and fiber without adding a large carbohydrate load. Protein can make the meal more satisfying and may slow the overall eating process. A modest amount of unsaturated fat may also slow digestion and improve satisfaction. But adding unlimited fat is not a free solution because energy intake still matters. Instead of a large bowl of rice alone, build a balanced meal around it. Instead of plain bread, pair a measured serving with protein and fiber-rich foods. Instead of oversized fries, try a moderate potato with vegetables and lean protein. A balanced plate may also help you feel satisfied with a smaller carbohydrate portion. Think of the entire meal, not one isolated ingredient. Now consider a subtle variable: the order in which you eat the meal. In the first timeline, the carbohydrate is eaten before the vegetables and protein. In the second timeline, vegetables and protein are eaten before most of the carbohydrate. Small clinical studies suggest this second order may reduce the early post-meal glucose rise. A practical sequence is vegetables first, protein next, and carbohydrate later in the meal. You do not need to turn every dinner into a stressful laboratory experiment. Adapt the idea to your culture, preferences, appetite, and treatment plan. Food order is promising, but it is not a substitute for portion control or medical treatment. Cooking gelatinizes starch, making part of it easier for digestive enzymes to reach. During cooling, some starch molecules realign into a form called resistant starch. Resistant starch is not digested as rapidly as ordinary available starch. One small study found a lower glucose response after chilled rice was reheated. Cooling cooked potatoes may also increase resistant starch and alter the early glucose response. However, cooling does not remove most of the carbohydrate or make unlimited portions safe. Cooked rice must be cooled promptly, refrigerated safely, and reheated thoroughly. Do not leave cooked rice sitting warm for long periods before refrigeration. Use cooling as a modest supporting tool, not the foundation of your entire strategy. Portion and meal composition matter more than chasing a single preparation trick. The story does not end when you put down your fork. Contracting muscles can use glucose for energy during and after physical activity. body. A gentle walk after eating may help reduce the post-meal glucose excursion. Even a brief, comfortable walk can be more useful than remaining completely inactive. Choose activity that is safe for your fitness, medication, balance, and medical condition. People using insulin or certain medications may need individualized guidance to prevent low blood sugar. The practical formula is portion, carbohydrate quality, meal pairing, food order, and movement. For rice, reduce the serving, add vegetables and protein, and consider a short walk. For bread, compare labels, choose more fiber, and avoid eating several refined slices alone. For potatoes, watch the portion and choose preparations that are less processed and less heavily fried. You do not need to fear every carbohydrate, but you do need to understand its journey. Which food should we test next? Comment below, subscribe to VitaNHealth, and share this with someone managing blood sugar.